Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We are going into game number 7 of Soma against Bisu. Again, we have an unbelievably close series between these two. Tied up 3-3 right now so far. And now listen, I am a big Soma fan. I think he's fantastic. So far, I'm pretty damn impressed with Bisu. Even on that last loss he had, unbelievable fights from him. I feel like Bisu probably makes the least bad decisions in a PvZ. And honestly, the hard matchups in this game, I would say that the two matchups that really stand out as the hard matchups at pro level are Protoss versus Zerg and Terran versus Protoss. And some people might be like, wow, Zerg versus Terran. No, not as much. Not as much, honestly. It comes down heavily to Mutalist control and not wasting lurkers, and you generally get into big macro games, and it's pretty good. But like seriously, let me just get through this before the voices in my head of the people watching you bias Artosis. No, those two matchups have the worst win rates, right? So it's like specifically Terran versus Protoss, then Protoss versus Zerg are like very tough matchups where your opponent has like a lot of map control and can kind of kill you at any time. In both matchups, because I commentate all the time these pro games, right? And in both matchups, most of the losses are honestly from bad decisions from the player playing the weaker side of the matchup, okay? So like, for instance, in Terran versus Protoss, all the time I see bad attacks from Terran where it's like, this was not where you were supposed to attack or when you were supposed to attack. And the exact same thing from Protoss in this matchup where it's like, nope, you were not supposed to attack uphill there. That didn't make sense. Why did you do that? And so what I'm trying to say here, this is a compliment. This is a long and twisting compliment for Bisu. I feel like when I watch him, he makes hardly any mistakes as to what to actually do, like where to actually attack, which is where we see most players screw up. There's something about playing a matchup where you can die at any time, where you feel like if you think you might have any chance to do something against them, you have to do it, because the windows don't open very often or for very long. And that's actually been backed up with data analysis, that the windows to win both the matchups are pretty slim. So I think that's why we see a lot of like poorly decided upon attacks, bad decision making with that. But again, Bisu, I feel like it's just you watch and he's always choosing the right thing to do, or very close to always doing it. And it's honestly inspiring to me. It's like making me learn things about playing Terran by watching him play Protoss. Anyways, enough rambling about that. I hope that you guys understand what I was trying to say there. Here it is a Forge Fast expansion for Bisu. He did scout Soma first. He saw that it was pull first. It's not any sort of rush. It's a safety build. He's got his 3 hatches going up now, as you see, right? So Soma's going to be on these 3 bases, and Bisu just kind of playing normal, right? Getting that Forge Fast expand up. Now, one thing to mention is he did lose the probe early, so he is going to have to think of how he wants to scout. Do you want to try to send a probe out? It's probably not going to get by. Are you going to make a zealot and walk it right out? There's already 6 lings. Is that the right play? Do you do something like we've talked about a million times? You sit there and make 4 zealots, 5 zealots, and walk out? Do you just get your Corsair quickly and hope if you see if it's like a Hydra rush or something like that, right? This is one of the very difficult to do things for this matchup. It's like, okay, well, you lose that first scout. Well, you can die at any point. This could be speedlings. You don't know. This could be Hydras. You don't know. It could be a layer, right? Well, I guess those are the 3 things it could be. Can't keep going on from there. Now, Zergling speed is on the way, but it's drones being made. I think we're just going to see a layer come up. That's what it looks like to me right now. And yeah, we'll wait for that. Cybernetics core almost done. Oh! Hydralisk Den. Okay, so it's Zergling speed into a Hydralisk Den here. Now, the Zergling speed does a good job of making sure that you can't fully scout what's going on until you have your Corsair. And obviously, Zerglings can help in the breaking of a wall. And they tank for the Hydras as well, one other thing to mention. Okay, the 2 lings going after this probe. Is he going to be able to get this probe killed off before Zergling speed is shown? No. Zergling speed gets shown, but he does get the probe kill. So at least that's some data here for Bisu. Running back with these Zealots. Ooh, he's trying to surround one. And as the additional Zealots come up, you will back off. You don't want to waste these Lings. You need every unit possible for this incoming bust. Hydralisk range is actually on the way here. So very, very cool stuff. We have the Stargate producing, you know, some Corsairs. This is actually a new build, by the way. For those of you wondering, normal Hydra busts are just speed. I've talked about this a little bit in previous casts, but basically you get ranged Hydras to pick off the wall and or cannons, and you mass speedling behind it. So it's a very quick hitting push, and it hits a lot differently than mass Hydralisk. So let's see. I mean, this is going to be great to see Soma trying to pull this off against Bisu. Now he's got the 5 Hydras. Range has just finished. The Hydra's going to walk up. And obviously, as you can see, a little bit hard to utilize them kiting-wise. Starts hitting, and he's just going to go for it, man. Runs the Hydras up. Now, the Zerglings are blocking the Zealots from getting on top of the Hydras. The Hydras are targeting down the cannons as quickly as possible, because as soon as the cannons are gone, Hydras will get pot shots. So he's got 4 Hydras left, just dealing damage everywhere, and the Lings clog, so you can't get out here. Even though you have enough Zealots to maybe hit the Hydras, you can't get on top of them. Now, Bisu trying to block everything with these probes, but it is not going to be enough. The cannons having a hard time finishing. He gets on top of them just before they finish, and they only get a few shots off each, and this should be a GG. Soma with a very awesome and new rush. You know what? Let's go on to game number 8. All right, so we're getting right into game number 8 here. We're on Neo Sylphid, and Bisu opens up with a Nexus first. So a little bit of risk-taking going on from Bisu. He sends his probe out. Now, this is a 3-player map, so he sends his probe out to about here because that's where you would see the Overlord crossing in a normal scout pattern. And actually, Soma did do the normal scout pattern. So then he deduces that most likely Soma is on the left spawn, sends his probe that way. And it is, in fact, a pull first. Now, Soma does not know that this is Nexus first. It's not just Nexus first, though. It's Nexus first in the gateway. It's so greedy. It's literally the greediest thing in the game. A no-scout Nexus first into gateway. My God. Now, 3 Lings going across the map. I'm a bit nervous for Bisu. Okay? He is so far off from a cannon or a Zealot. He is so far off, man. This is crazy. It's like, okay, now we're going to have like 25 seconds until a Zealot comes up. These Zerglings are going to be able to wreak some havoc. Now, he did make a pylon in the main base. He might be able to utilize a cannon if need be. Now, it is only 3 Lings, so I don't want to like overplay it, but you have to fight with probes here, which is painful because probes suck. At least against Zerglings, they sure do. So 2 have already died. Now, 2, I think, is still somewhat acceptable. That's some damn good micro. And he gets it down to 1 Ling very, very, very quickly. Let's see if he actually pops out a cannon. Excuse me, here as well. More Lings being made by Soma, and I don't see a cannon. I'm a little bit nervous here. More Lings passing this probe. More Zealots are being made. The 1 Ling harassing, he actually sends the Zealot after it. That makes me a bit nervous as well. I feel like you need to defend this cannon that's going to be made more than anything. Oh! I guess this is a high enough health Zergling that he did want to chase it. But Soma, woo, gets in there. Okay, you can see both of them like microing really frantically right now. Soma right now just trying to get as much value as possible. Oh, he almost blocks the Lings from coming in. Now the cannon is going to be canceled out, and this might actually be very close to game. He still has a Zealot and another one about to pop. He hasn't lost a back-breaking amount of probes. Don't forget, Soma's only making Lings, so Soma's economy is absolute trash. He does have Zergling speed on the way. Basically, what needs to be done is he needs to get a cannon up and the wall blocked. If a cannon is up and all the holes in the wall are blocked, then Bisu can win the game. Another canceled cannon. Every time that happens, we come further from the light. Closer to another Soma victory right there. The Lings just rallying up. The Zealot goes way outside the wall. Needs to pull that back. You can see he's zoning further out right now. He's just kind of making a cloud in front of these holes. It's very hard to fill these holes perfectly really, really quickly. And now the Ling's trying to come in again. It's all about trying to get the cannon up. Like, you really need the cannon up. He's actually doing a pretty good job blocking here. He's kept the probes alive a lot longer than anticipated. And in fact, you know what? He is going to get the cannon up. Holy shit. Oh my God. Is he going to be able to do this? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just barely doesn't get a shot off on that one. Okay. Cybernetic core is on the way. It's 2 speedlings that are pretty well damaged that are in the main base. So that's kind of doable. Right now, it's 10 workers to 23. Obviously, some more damage might be dealt here. Look at this. He tries to get into more links. Guys, I thought for sure Soma was going to take this. But now, it's just speedlings coming across. Okay, that's another pylon. I was like, is he going to make another cannon there? That would be amazing against all these lings. Obviously, he doesn't know that it's like pure lings coming across the map. Now, there are a few drones being made. So Soma is backing up and preparing for like possibly transitioning into a longer game. And this is held. The cannon's there. Maybe Soma holds this for a counterattack if Zealots come out to try to figure out what's going on. But Bisu holds. Okay. Okay. I thought for sure he was dead. Let's just take a look. So right now, it looks like Bisu has a good advantage. Soma just droned a bunch. He is making a Hydralis Den. Now, these Lings, I was saying maybe they're being held for a counterattack. It looks like that's the case. The Zealots walk out. These are trying to probe for information. Soma runs up with the Lings. Can he get on top of the cannons? Bisu's not going to turn around. He knows turning around here is not a good game-winning move. He is going to go for the counterattack. Soma is being blocked for the most part. And in fact, every Ling gets knocked out. Bisu going for the throat right now. Creep colony being made, frantically making Lings, but this is not a good position for Soma. Bisu marching in. Now, one thing to mention is Soma's drone count is good. So if he can delete these Zealots off without losing too much, maybe Soma can still take this based on his healthy drone count in comparison to those probes. Now, the Zealots go behind the mineral patches, but there's Hydras being made. So they're going to be very unhappy to find that out. I think he must have missed the Hydralis Den, because this type of move, as soon as Hydras pop out, you just have to move them because they're taking pot shots back there. So there's a Hydra being made. Is that it? Just one Hydra? He might actually be purposefully doing this where it's like, okay, one Hydra's going to come and start popping these and force them out. Over here, we have a Corsair clearing out Overlords. Here we go. He's going after those Zealots. The Zealots have to come out. And GG is going to be called here. Wow. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's it. I guess he feels like there's no real way to do it. He doesn't have enough Lings here. Okay, just to look at this, right? Let me back it up just a second, because that kind of caught me off guard here as well. But look at the actual supply here. You can see that the Corsairs are killing Overlords, 35 of 27. As the 5 Zealots come around and kill that Hydra a second from now, he's got like 11, or let's see, 12. He's got 17 Lings that have to fight 5 Zealots, and he's getting massively supply blocked. There's Overlords over here and more Corsairs coming in. So that's why he left the game there. Bisu wins, ties it up 4-4. Oh, that makes a perfect decider match, guys. Thank you for watching.